Next up, we are joined by head coach Seb Hines. Washington Spirit coming into Intercoach Stadium on Sunday. Just give us, what your thoughts are on the match that's going to be coming up.
It's number one versus number two, so we expect a very competitive game. Washington have been in a good reign of form as well as us. So I would expect both teams going out to get a win.
But a lot of implications for this game, obviously with the shield on the line for you guys. How are you kind of approaching it from a coaching standpoint, just making sure that the moment doesn't really get ahead of the game?
Yeah, I mean, you can't play the occasion, you got to play the game, right? And what the players have done so far this year has been terrific. To continue to be unbeaten for this long of a period is incredible and a massive testament to the players and what they've done this year. And it's one more game, right? You got to get one more win to be called the NWSL Shield winners, and so we've approached it like we have done every other game. We feel Washington are going to come here and try and win also. They wouldn't be in the position they're in if they weren't in that mindset. So yeah, I expect a competitive game, fine margins as well, especially when it's both teams are at the top of the table, and we'll be on our top game with the mindset of the success after it.
With this being number one versus number two, as you start heading into the playoffs in about a month now, do you feel like this is the biggest test for your team so far, and kind of something that you want to see from your team as you head into a postseason round?
Yeah, I think so. I think it's a good test. I think it's a good experience going into playoff football. Obviously, there's a lot of players here who haven't experienced that, and so you could use that as a training in the postseason, because this is what it's about, right? It's one game. It's you have to win within the time frame, and so yeah, it comes at a good point for us because we might not get that experience leading up into the postseason, so we'll use it for our own experience.
How much do you rely on some of the veteran players who've kind of been there, experienced those moments, especially for such a young team that still, like you said, haven't experienced that kind of pressure in those moments? Just how much do you rely on those veterans to kind of help them through that?
Yeah, I think you can look at it both ways. Of course, there's veteran players who have gone through playoff football before and had different experiences with that, but also there's a fresh mindset. There's an excitement for the young players of not knowing what it feels like and going out there and playing with freedom and playing and expressing themselves. So yeah, it really does depend on the personality and who they are as people, but this team is full of great characters. They're very much together. They're very much wanting to go out there and constantly prove to the world what they can do and what they're capable of doing. And so, yeah, against the number two team in Washington with some really high-profile players, it's a great test to all of our players to go out there and perform.
Last time you guys played against them, it was very early on for Barbara Bandox and kind of making her announcement to the league. Very back and forth game. How much do you kind of take away from that game? I know it was a couple months ago, but just in preparation for this one, how can you kind of take some lessons learned from that?
Yeah, it's fine margins, I think. When we look back at the game, obviously going to Washington is always a difficult place to go play. We took the lead. We gifted them some goals as well that gave them hope to get something at the end of it. We had a player sent off also, so I think that game had absolutely everything. But they've added to their roster since that time. They've brought in some good international players. Obviously, their coach is here now, and he's a top coach. He's won every trophy in Europe also, so it's also a great experience for myself to having to match up against a great coach who's been really successful at like a team in Barcelona. So yeah, I think it's exciting for all of us to see how far we've come from that time that we last played them.
We'll go to the Zoom. Go ahead, Jeff.
Thanks, Seb, Jeff Kassouf, ESPN. To that point, and you mentioned earlier, kind of maybe there's lessons you can learn going into the playoffs. I mean, how much do you feel like a game like this? You're obviously trying to win and all those competitive things, but is there a nature or an element of showing your cards ahead of what you might expect, to see a team again, or showing them to other teams potentially for the playoffs, or do you just approach it, more straight up?
I think in terms of game plan, I think it's just winning what's in front of us. I think you have to be adaptable in today's game. So yeah, we'll just go out there to win what's in front of us right now, and in the postseason, who knows? There's still games to be played during that time. Also, who's available on the team sheet can also make your own decision. So yeah, we're only focused on what's in front of us right now, and that's against Washington on Sunday.
Yeah, and I've heard. I mean, I hear that. I've heard you say that, and I know. Is there anything you've had to do with the group in terms of, the magnitude of an unbeaten season, a shield on the line, a 1-2? I mean, that is a big deal in team history, and a lot happening. As much as you want to focus on that one at a time, have you had to implement a strategy? Have you had to have that conversation at all as a group? Or?
No, we just take it game by game. I know it's really cliche and boring, but it really is. It's a game that they've played all their lives. It's at home as well, so we want to continue to be unbeaten. We want to continue to win games, and whoever it is in front of us, we want to beat them. And it's Washington on Sunday, so yeah, we've just got our minds set on that.
Last for me, maybe just on the game, specifically, two high-powered teams in terms of attack, a lot of attacking talent. I'm thinking of when Kansas City visited you all, maybe that was the expectation, and it was much more of a chess match for you two teams. Those two teams, what are you expecting in terms of how it might play out on Sunday, given all that context?
Yeah, I think, like you mentioned, that game against Kansas, Kansas came here with the intention to sit back and be hard to beat. We want to apply ourselves in every game to go out there and have the intentions to win. Some games are more difficult than others, but we have to really focus on ourselves. And yeah, to predict what Washington are going to do is very difficult. Every team has adapted to us. So we have to problem solve. And so if they come here with the intentions to sit back and look to counter, we have to solve those type of problems. If they want to high press us, then we have to solve those type of problems as well. It's no different to what we've tried to face all season long. And we've done an incredible job in solving those problems, hence our record right now. So yeah, it'll be the same going into the game on Sunday.